Hey guys, Christina Marie here with another discussion video. It's been a little while since my last discussion video, and I think that was sex in literature. And so I wanted to talk about something a little more, I don't want to say prevalent because sex in literature is prevalent, recent, I guess. A lot of you guys know last month was VidCon. Last month as in June. And usually I go. This is the first year that I did not go to VidCon, and there are multiple reasons as to why I made that decision. But some of them have to do with the topic, some don't. But I'll talk about the ones that are relevant. There are various, social media conventions, VidCon, Playlist Live, stuff like that, and there are other conventions that are popping up, all over the country, all over the world throughout the year. There's Summer in the City in the UK, and it's awesome. It's very exciting. VidCon is what really prompted my start into becoming a YouTuber. I don't really like that term, becoming a content creator and whatnot. And so I try to make it to VidCon every single year. And this year's the first year I specifically decided that I was not going to go. One, because I just didn't have the money at the time that I needed to have it, which is totally fine. But I could have easily come up with that had I really wanted to do it. Another reason why is because VidCon was getting too big for me. And when I say big, I mean like in terms of people and not necessarily in terms of space or quality. Now, VidCon is amazing. I had a fantastic time the past 2 years that I went. But this year when I heard there were going to be 18,000 people there, I started to have a panic attack. Like, I can't. That's too many people for me. And especially in a environment that's not well secure. Meaning there aren't enough security guards. There aren't enough regulations in place to make me feel safe and like I won't get trampled over or anything like that. And so I didn't go. And I had a friend of mine that did go. She was actually part of the VidCon talent or whatnot that was there. And I asked her, I said, how did it go? Because from like pictures I've seen and from videos I watched, people were saying that it was crazy, like lines galore. You had to line up 5, 6, 7, 8 hours ahead of time if you wanted to get into a panel, if you wanted to have a chance to meet your favorite YouTubers. And you were in the lines so long it took away from the experience. And that started happening the second time I went to VidCon, so I started noticing that trend happening. She was even saying that there were some YouTubers that just were like bombarded by like fangirls and boys, like just bombarded and were treated more like objects instead of just people that are there to be amongst other creators and to be amongst their supporters. And they're there to have a really good time, but they weren't treated like that. They were just bombarded and just overtaken. And I saw a lot of that happening last year too, but not as much as I heard about it happening this year. A lot of the YouTubers I'm talking about are British. A lot of the British YouTubers are the ones that were like bombarded. But a lot of the bigger names like Tyler Oakley, Grace Helbig, and Mamrie Hart, and Hannah Hart, people like that, and I almost am embarrassed to hear that kind of thing. Like, you guys know I did a video on why I'm so proud to be a fangirl, but in instances like that, it just makes me wonder what is or isn't on people's minds when they see people, like, when they see their favorite YouTubers. Like, do you not know that they're people too? Like, does that go out of your brain? Like, do you, that kind of thing doesn't compute to me. But I don't want to get onto that. That's not really what the whole video is about. When I go to VidCon, I am there to network, to possibly meet some of my favorite YouTubers, and to just experience social media in person. Last year was my favorite year. I've only gone twice, but last year was my favorite. Just because I felt the atmosphere. The atmosphere was amazing. I told myself I'm not going to spend too much time in lines. It's not that big of a deal for me to get autographs. And if I get a picture with a YouTuber, I met them randomly. We just happen to be walking in the same direction or coming out of the same place. I was not going to be someone who stood in the line to wasting time. And I'm not saying that meeting a YouTuber is a waste of time, but for my intentions and purposes of going to a convention, it's to have an experience. And that experience includes taking part in all of the different features that are there. I tried to go to as many panels as I could last year, and I tried to go to the Jack and Finn panel, or meetup. Oh my gosh, I stood no chance because I refused to show up 2, 3, 4 hours early for a convention that I'm already in to wait longer. You know, the 2 hours that I'm waiting for Jack and Finn, I could be down in the expo hall just having a good time meeting new friends and networking and planning collaborations with people. I can't see it. Like, the value of VidCon, of Playlist Live, is specific to each person. Some people go to places like that, to VidCon and Playlist Live, to meet specific YouTubers. That is your goal. That is you. You do you, boo-boo. You totally do you. But for other people that are just trying to go on trend, or just doing what their friends are doing, or just doing what the crowd is doing, I would just like to pose the suggestion to everybody who plans on going to conventions like this, and this can be said for Comic-Con, all the cons, all kinds of cons. Why are you there? Like, why are you there? And this goes for me too. And this is why I decided that I'm no longer going to be someone that waits in line to meet one person, especially if I have to wait 2, 3, 4 hours and then run the risk of not even getting in. What is your reason for going to a convention? Are you there for the experience? Are you there for one person? Are you there to say you were there? What is your reason? None of the reasons are wrong, but what is your reason? And the reason why I even pose this suggestion or pose this question is because my first VidCon, I spent way too much time waiting in line for people and being super nervous and too afraid to go up to people, going to panels that really I had no interest in, but the only reason I went is because one YouTuber I liked was in there, and that's not for me. I need a holistic experience when I go to conventions. And so the next one I go to will probably be VidCon 2015. I'm not doing playlists yet. And I want my experience to be holistic. I'm not there for one YouTuber. And eventually, if the time calls for it and some of you guys end up at VidCon, I would like to meet you in person, and just thank you for being a supporter of mine for the past 2 years. My anniversary was July 19th, by the way. Hello. And I want that one-on-one interaction, and I want to hang out, and I want to go do stuff. Let's go eat, let's go hang out. That's my thing. That's what I want to do. I don't know if you guys have seen Jack and Finn's video from VidCon 2014. If you haven't, I'm going to link it down below. While they did a fantastic job just focusing on the positive elements of VidCon this year, I couldn't help but notice how removed they were from the whole VidCon experience. For obvious reasons. They're too big for VidCon. They're too big. People will kill each other to get to them. They're just humongous YouTubers. And I'm going to link that down below, as well as some other VidCon videos that I found. So I'm going to link those down below. Another thing about VidCon, here are some suggestions that I think could make it better. One is it needs to be emphasized, and I mean strongly emphasized by the VidCon team, that there needs to be a respect and etiquette amongst every one of the attendees, YouTubers included, fans, creators, everyone, that people are people. They're not celebrities, even though they are, but this is not a celebrity culture. This is a culture of content creators and content supporters, and they need to be treated as such. There needs to be a respect of person. I'm still a person. You're still a person. We need to have that mutual respect and consideration for each other, and not bombard people and not elbow people out of the way when somebody's trying to get to their favorite person or whatnot. The respect for people is immediately lost at conventions like this, and I don't understand why. It blows my mind. Second, panels. I love going to panels. I love hearing from people who are more knowledgeable in arenas than me. And if I can't get into a panel because of a increasingly large line, and I registered the day the registration became available for VidCon, I feel like I should have first come, first serve. I should have first come at this, or first go at it. And here's what I think. Get away from my limeade, Bailey. Oh, green apple. Here's what I'm thinking. When you register for VidCon or Playlist or whatever con, you need to be able to choose the panels that you want to go to. And if there's 10 panels that you want to go to, I'm not saying you should have immediate access to all 10. There should be like 3 that you need to get in, and then the second tier, and then the third tier, whatever. And there needs to be some kind of reservation for those panels, so that if you signed up, if you're the early bird ticket, you should get first pick at the panels you want to attend. And I feel like maybe the Vlog Brothers and the VidCon team are going to be working towards having a more organized system. But I really feel like, because last year I think it was 12,000 people that attended versus this year 18,000 people. That is a huge jump. And I don't know if we were quite ready for that. I feel like VidCon, I like the fact that it's so popular and that it's getting bigger. And the only reason I keep saying VidCon is because that's the only one I went to. But I've seen Playlist Live videos. I feel like VidCon is getting too big too fast. And I feel like it maybe needs to go back down again to maybe a smaller size, just so we can work the kinks out. And I do say we, because we do contribute in suggestions and how things roll. I mean, BookTube had a panel this year. Hello. Which was an awesome panel, by the way. I just feel like we need to reduce the size again to work out the kinks and then build back up. But definitely registration for panels is a must, in my opinion. It needs to happen. And then I don't know if we need to have more security or what, but I feel like rules need to be enforced when we see people like being too insane around YouTubers, because that's a safety issue. That's definitely a safety issue if you have a crowd of people, you know, bombarding one person or 2 people or a group of people, whatever. That's a safety issue. People, it's dangerous. And so I just worry about that. But yeah, those will be my suggestions. Very easy, I think, or very simple, rather, not necessarily easy. I don't know what it takes to implement those kinds of things. But yeah, I'm just curious what you guys think. I feel like the YouTube culture is shifting, and that's really what it boils down to, is just the YouTube culture. And how it's shifting from creativity to celebrity. Like, what do you guys think? What do you guys have any suggestions for VidCon? What, if you've gone, like, comment down below. What do you think about the shift in YouTube culture? Like, what do you think about conventions in general? Am I just talking out of my ass? Like, what do you guys think? I would love to know. Like, I open the comments. Just be respectful. And yeah, let's talk it out in the comments down below. Hope this video makes sense. I'm sweltering right now. And because this drink is sour, my tongue is sticking to the roof of my mouth. It's weird. But yeah, so thanks so much for watching, you guys. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for more videos. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.